Alrighty, so we've got x to the power of negative 3 written beside x to the power of negative 5. Now that actually means that these things are being multiplied. They could have written it this way, x to the negative 3 with a multiplication dot times x to the negative 5, or with parentheses. And all three ways mean multiply. So letters beside, so these are being multiplied. So that's the first thing to understand. And then we're multiplying by the same base, which means we use an exponent property. And if we look back at our notes, it's actually called the product property. And here's what you do. You go x to the power of this number plus the other number, plus the other number, which is a negative 5. And so what does that make? X to the power of negative 3 plus negative 5. It's like 3 bad guys plus 5 bad guys. Negative 8, right? Yeah. And then we've got to write this answer in a form where the exponents are positive. What would it look like if that's written in a form where the exponents are positive, or the exponent is positive? Yeah, exactly. So kind of looking back at your notes, x to the power of negative 8 is actually 1 over x to the power of 8, right? Yep, so that's that one. And just a quick reminder of where did these properties come from. Well, like if you had something like 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 4, that's actually equal to 2 to the power of 3 plus 4. That number plus that number, 2 to the power of 7. Why is that? It's because 2 to the power of 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, 3 2's. 2 to the power of 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2's being multiplied gives us 2 to the power of 7. So that's that property explained, right? And then the negative exponent stuff, you might remember that, like, 2 cubed is 8, 2 to the power of 4 is 2, 2 squared is, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 2 to the power of 1 is 2, 2 to the power of 0. And the pattern we looked at previously is that these guys are being divided by 2 each time. Remember that? And so 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 0 is actually 2 over 2, which is 1. 2 to the power of negative 1 is, 1 over 2, which is 1/2. 2 to the power of negative 2 is, 1/2 divided by 2, which is actually a quarter, or 1 over 2 squared, and so on. And like 2 to the power of negative 3 would be the next one. That's 1 over 2 cubed, or 1 over 8. So we went over that stuff in previous lessons. But yeah, there's the properties. Your product properties, adding the exponents and then changing that to a positive. You just do that. So, sorry, guy.